right, welcome into episode 10 of the Coach Ollie Smith Show here in 2025. Big shout out to the folks at Twin City Used Cars for their sponsorship of the Coach Smith Show and Titan Football. Coach, congratulations on a huge win over Southside Friday night.
Absolutely. It was a big win for our team, for our community, and the school as a whole.
So while we're there, you talked about community. The atmosphere on the Titan side was electric Friday night.
Yes, man. Hey, our fans, our student body did an excellent job. Our band, cheerleaders, very proud of all of them.
And so let's kind of talk for a second about setting the tone. And this year, we talked about it on several occasions. Special teams has set the tone. No different Friday night as your special teams and your defense scored the first two times for you.
Yeah, they got after it, man, and that's what we've been stressing it, and they just keep on getting better, and that's what we need going down the stretch.
I was on the air and was talking with the radio crew as we were broadcasting the game and said, if I told you we weren't going to get the ball until there was 3:30 left in the first quarter, you would think we were in big trouble, but we were up 14-0.
Absolutely, man. Our offense didn't get but 9 snaps in the quarters 1 and 2 combined.
And the interesting note there, only 2 drives the first half, but very productive. Both drives touchdowns.
Both drives touchdowns, and that's what you want. Hey, I wish I could write it up, that script, every Friday night.
I know you do. Defense able to hold them out of the end zone, save one late score. And so a 42-7 victory for Gadsden City over Southside. Just your takeaways on your team after the game.
Man, I thought our team played really well. They executed. They was really focused, locked in, did a tremendous job, and that's what we got to continue to build on down the stretch here.
That's a look at or a recapping of last week's game against Southside. We'll be back to highlight some players and plays from last week in just a moment after this word from Twin City Used Cars.
Hey Titan fans, this is Coach Ali Smith. Are you looking for a great deal on a used car? At Twin City Used Cars in Gadsden, they have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget and lifestyle. And they offer competitive pricing to make sure you drive away with comfort. Visit them today at Twin City Used Cars in Gadsden or view their inventory online at twincityusedcars.com. At Twin City, your next car is waiting for you. Go Titans.
Welcome back to segment 2 of the Coach Ollie Smith Show here. Coach, a chance to look at players and some clips from the ball game. The media team selected as the City of Gadsden Player of the Week, Brady Sauls, your kicker, who had a great night for you.
Hey, man, Brady did a great job, man. He really did. He's getting better. You know, we've talked about it all year.
Sure.
He's working, man. He was kicking them, and he was excited as it could be Friday night.
I wasn't sure if he was playing billiards or kicking the football. That ball was taking some weird hops out there.
Yeah, he was putting it in some different areas and some things on kickoff as well as, his PAT and his field goals. Did a good job.
Hit all of his PATs and 2 40-plus yard field goals for you.
Yes, sir. Hey, he did a great job. You know, we have to talk about the guys up front, getting the ball, the operations of
snapper,
it.
holder,
The holder. Everybody did a great job of the operations of that deal.
That's Carson, the snapper, and Kai, the holder, and a great job by the entire crew because the kicker can only handle his part of the deal.
Yes. Hey, they doing
great point. Yeah.
They really doing a good job getting a snap back that are operations, getting it down and letting it fly.
All right, let's talk about a few clips from the game. Our first clip is actually the Play of the Week, which is brought to you by Game Day Live Fresh Grill. Play of the Week was the opening touchdown, which was the punt block. So talk a little bit about that.
You know, we did I have to take my hat off to Coach Avery on that. You know, we were going A-gap. The left side, our left, their right, we were going. That was the plan, and he changed it. It was actually supposed to be Zamar Butler right there, and he put Correll right there. Correll goes through A-gap. He did a small twist. Coach Avery wanted to with them, and he said Correll will get it. And I said, well, Zamari's been there. Hey, well, we moved them, and they got the block. Correll got the block, and Chris scooped it, and the rest of the guys celebrated with him.
Yeah, you can see Butler reach the ball across. He wanted to get that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, he did. And, man, they did a good job, man, taking their training to the field. They worked that from Sunday all the way through Thursday morning, and then they executed it on Friday night, and that's what you want to see.
The first of several momentum-building plays for particularly the punt block team for you and punt cover team. Second play that we're going to let everybody see and remind everybody of was the tip drill that resulted in a pick six for Zion. So walk us through that one.
You know, hey, we were playing a little cover, a little zone, a little cover three there, and they ran a drag. They was trying to hit us with the mesh, and they had everything action going away and going back across. And they had a guy, and he was floating by himself. Honestly, our guys, because we bumped a lot to it, and then I think Mike got his hands up on it, tipped it a little bit, and it fell right into Zion. And you know, Zion's was going to race to the end zone right there.
And he took it, and when Zion kicks it in full gear, that's like trying to catch a Ferrari.
Yeah, we've still been trying to figure out, did he really run full speed? We don't think he, even hit half speed right there because he's just gliding. We really want to see him open it up.
Next offensive possession for the Panthers, get a stop and then actually sack their punter. Offense scores 2 plays later, and then we go into the second quarter. So it's 22-0 because you go for 2 there. And then we go to the second quarter, and you have a long touchdown play call back, and then Sam finds what's turning into his favorite target, and that's Keyshawn on a deep bomb.
Yeah, they had connected a couple plays before, and it was unfortunately called back, and then then he comes back and we run a little skinny post right there, and man, he hits him, and Keyshawn does an excellent job going up with his hands and catching it, and then just turking out running.
Yeah, and those guys, you're not going to run them down when they get loose in the field. And so that was another touchdown for you for the Titans. And we talk a lot about offense. We did have the pick earlier, but sometimes defense doesn't get as much attention as they should. Another play we wanted to highlight, it's later in the game, and they decide that they're going to throw a screen pass out toward their sideline. And I was standing there, and I could hear the fans going, it's a screen, and then coming out of nowhere, 6 is a blur and decleats the guy.
Yes, man. Our kids, man, they redirecting, and we played a screen game. They were practicing on screens and stuff. And Tylen, he drove on that one really well. And he did it. Taking this, again, I like to say, taking your training to the field. Near shoulder, near leg him, and he got him, raised him up off the ground.
He did. It was a great hit for Ty. And Ty, of course, he'd rather have those than interceptions.
Absolutely.
Those are his
Absolutely.
favorite. All right, the final play we're going to have everybody see is the final field goal Brady hit, which ended the score at 42-7. Talk about their thought process and the execution there.
Man, we thought about going or not going for it. And then, we say, hey, he's practicing these all the time. Let's give him another shot. We kind of, one of the coaches kind of thought that it would maybe be a little outside of the hash mark where he normally feel comfortable at. But we were like, hey, let's just take a shot at it right here. And again, great execution.
If I remember correctly, like 44 yards, I think, on that
yes,
one. So
sir.
a great kick by your sophomore kicker. So 42-7, the final. Titans winners over the Southside Panthers. We will come back with segment 3 and highlight the upcoming game with Mae Jemison. Just a second. Welcome back to the final segment here of episode 10 of the Coach Ali Smith Show. Coach, we move forward to the final region game. Game 9 of the regular season on the road at Mae Jemison.
Absolutely. It's a big game. We need to continue to carry our momentum into going into this game. Our kids understand that we want to win every ball game, but definitely our region games and stuff. And it's a lot on this one for Mae Jemison. They got to win to get in.
I was fixing to say, we've already solidified our playoff spot. However, Jemison is fighting for their playoff lives. If they can somehow find a way to win, they solidify that 4th spot. Otherwise, they're kind of at the mercy of what happens in some other games.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to make sure our kids, we're not going and saying, hey, we're not worrying about the playoff game. We're worried about the next game.
Sure.
And our kids understand that we know that they got a good football team, and we got to handle our business and take care of business up there on Friday night.
Let's talk about the part of the team that I've heard the most about. Everybody talks about those defensive ends for Mae Jemison and how good they are.
Oh man, they're going to play on Saturdays, and that's the reason they're going to play on Saturdays. And they're good enough to, if they develop maybe to play on Sundays, they got that type of potential.
Sure.
And that number 11, he's been playing. It seems like the last 6 years, but he's been there, and I know 4 years, and he's a problem.
Offensively, they do have playmakers, especially the quarterback who likes to use his feet.
Yes, hey, listen, he can scramble keep it. He can extend plays, and he's got a good arm. But they'll get into some funky formations, and they'll let that joker just ease back there and find a running lane or a crease. And if he gets through it, he's gonna be running.
So it's about playing assignment football and knowing where the quarterback is.
Absolutely, we got to do our job.
So keys to the game for the Titans on Thursday night.
Hey, Thursday night we got to continue to execute. We can't get play behind the chains on offense, and we need them to play behind the chains on our defensive side. We need to keep them behind the sticks.
All right, well, folks, thank you for joining us here on the Coach Ollie Smith Show here, brought to you by Twin City Used Cars. Hope you'll make the trip on Thursday night up to Milton Frank Stadium to watch the Titans play, but if not, tune in to the Titan Sports Network. We'll have all the action for you. For Coach Smith and Stephen Frazier, saying go Titans.